Hey Canucks fans, the Canucks have dropped another game, this time to the Carolina Hurricanes. 4-1 in Carolina. Make that 3 straight losses on this very tough road trip. We knew it was going to be tough, but we are talking about another loss. So here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, and here's one other thing. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on One Take. It's my post-game commentary for Saturday, January the 15th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I'll give all my shoutouts, my sponsor shoutouts, and my programming notes at the end of this vlog, so make sure you stick around for that. Let's get right into it. What did I like? Well, I like the fact that the Canucks did well in the face-off circle. Small victories, 62% to Carolina's 38%. I like the fact that the Canucks blocked a lot of shots, 18 to Carolina 7. And it was a lot of hits in this game. Vancouver credited with 37 and Carolina credited with 36. So those were some of the team stats that I didn't mind. Individual performances for the Canucks. Despite giving up 4 goals, I really liked Thatcher Demko's game. I really did. He made 29 saves on 33 shots. I would argue that the 4 goals that beat Demko, none of them were his fault, really. They're bar down shots or weird deflections from weird angles. And, you know, sometimes you got to kind of create your own luck, create your own saves, but I'm certainly not pinning this loss on Demko. Like I didn't pin the Florida one or the Tampa one on him either. So despite the 4 goals that you see against, I liked Thatcher Demko's game. I also like the play of Jason Dickinson and Vasily Podkolzin. So we've been giving a lot of love to the fourth line of Lammikko, Mott, and Highmore, who weren't as good tonight. They didn't do well with the possession stats, but a line that did very well with the possession stats was Demko. Sorry, not Demko. He doesn't play on the forwards. Maybe he should. It was Dickinson, Podkolzin, and Höglander. Now, together, when they were together, they actually had 4 shots. They were on the ice for 4 shots for the Canucks and only gave up 1. And that was in 4.5 minutes of ice time together, this line of Höglander, Dickinson, Podkolzin. So 4 shots for, 1 shot against. That means their Corsi was 4 out of 5 was 80%, which is pretty good. And then the only line that was better than that was a line that played together for 3 minutes in the latter part of the game. Dickinson, Podkolzin, and not Höglander, but Dickinson, Podkolzin, and Garland, they went 5-1 for an 83%. So the common denominator in both of those, Dickinson and Podkolzin. And then when you see that individually as well, Jason Dickinson had the best Corsi. That means how much were you on the ice for when the Canucks had a shot versus how much were you on the ice when the opponents had a shot. And Dickinson was 11-4, so that's 73%, and Podkolzin was 9-6, so that's 60%. So the 2 best players in terms of Corsi were Dickinson and Podkolzin. So again, that talks to the strength of their third line. And overall, I thought the Canucks' effort was pretty good. Just like it was against Florida, just like it was against Tampa, but we're seeing a similar story, is they aren't as talented as these teams that they are losing to. And that's what I'll talk about in a couple minutes. Okay, some things I didn't like. Let's start with special teams. Again, brutal. For the 3rd straight game, Canucks go 0-4 on the power play and give up 1 goal on the penalty kill. So Canucks went 0-5, and they only went 1-2 on the penalty kill. So that means a CCSTS, Clay's cumulative special team stat of 50%, 0% on the power play, 50% on the penalty kill. So that's 3 straight games where they've given up 1 power play goal. At least they haven't given up 2 or 3, but they've given up 1 power play goal. But what's made it even worse is they did not score on 5 power play chances. I believe 3 of them were in the first period too. You score on one of those, and then it's a different game. But instead, they hardly had any shots. So they looked very disorganized, I should say. And then you saw the difference when Aho scored on Carolina's first power play attempt, just a few seconds in. Quick passing and a pass from the half boards to almost the bumper spot. Maybe not really exactly the bumper, but a quick pivot and turn from Aho. It just shows how talented and how strong Carolina's power play is, or at least they were tonight. So didn't like the Canucks special teams. Didn't like a lot of the Canucks possession, as I rattled off some good stats for Dickinson and Podkolzin. A lot of players had some really bad possession stats. And you look at the very bottom, Myers 32%, Highmore, Lammikko 33%, Ekman-Larsson 35%, and then Mott 37%. So you see the 3 guys in the fourth line did not play well as a unit tonight. And then the Ekman-Larsson, Myers duo, who has been pretty good this season, really struggled tonight. They were -2, and Tyler Myers in particular, I thought had a really, really rough game. Although Myers had some good hustle stats. Well, he had 2 shots on goal, 4 hits, and 2 blocks, but I still think that he did not have his best game. A small change we saw Hughes playing with Pullman more than Shen, and then Shen and Hunt playing on the third pairing. Hunt, I didn't like his pinch on the Natchez goal. It was when he tried to lay a big hit on Sveshnikov, but Sveshnikov kind of twirled off him and then led to a 2-on-1. So that was a bit of a rough look on Hunt. Hunt, not a lot of on the stat sheet either. Just 1 shot on goal, no hits, and 2 blocks. So I guess he wasn't even credited for a hit on that move on Sveshnikov. And Hunt got 3 minutes of power play time because he basically is on the second unit with Ekman Larson, and both units weren't that good. But I'm not sure if Hunt is the guy I want on the power play. I'd still go with a 4 forward, one defenseman. I know you got to be aware of the guy coming out of the box and not being caught with only one defenseman out there, but you can still navigate around that. Up front, the guys didn't produce a lot either. This time is 1 goal by Horvat, so at least it was someone in the top 6, but still not a lot from anyone offensively. Sure, 31 shots, but how many of them were actually really, really good high danger chances? I would argue not a lot. And one other thing I didn't like, it was pretty scary how Pettersson got Podkolzin's skate to his face. It was off a face-off, Podkolzin falling, and then Pettersson, obviously no one's fault, it was accidental, but it's just scary. Anytime you see a blade coming up, it's so scary. I think it caught Petey more in the visor than it did on his face, but still a very, very scary incident. Petey had a rough night as well. We saw the highlight of him breaking a stick on a shot attempt and then cruising behind the net. I thought he fell on the puck originally, but no, Freddie Anderson tripped him, and then Petey goes in the board. So not kind of sums up his season so far, unfortunately. So those are some things that I didn't like. One other thing, now that we've gone through a bit of the gauntlet on the Eastern Conference, 3 of the best 4 teams there in Florida, Tampa, and Carolina, all very close to each other in the standings. Rangers, the third best team in the Eastern Conference, the only team we didn't see, but we saw number 1 Florida, number 2 Tampa, and number 4 Carolina. One other thing, I'd love to know, Canucks fans, who do you think is the best team of those 3? A lot of people, when I put this on Twitter, said it was Florida. But a lot of people were saying don't sleep on Tampa Bay because they're just kind of not coasting, but they're saving up all their good play for the playoffs, and we've seen them do that the last 2 seasons. And then Carolina, I thought Carolina looked pretty dangerous at times, but it seems to be a distant third behind Florida and Tampa. So my one other thing today is not Canucks related. Of these 3 teams, Florida, Tampa, and Carolina, who do you think is the strongest team of the 3 of those? All right, Canucks fans, let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. Let me know one other thing in the comments below. And you can also answer my question of who do you think is the strongest team between Florida, Tampa, and Carolina. Shout out to my legends, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Justin. And legendary Andrew Chang. Hero members, nucksfan number 29 and Carol Bovenlander. Hall of Fame members, and we have 2 new ones at the end. Jens95, simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, and new Hall of Fame members, Smooth Groove and Fun Q. I was careful how to say that. Fun Q. Yes, awesome. Glad to have 2 new Hall of Fame members joining in the past 24 hours. Thanks to franchise and all-star members as well. You are all listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, we're growing, as you can see. Press the join button underneath this during my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Also, thanks to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. And to Van City Experts Real Estate Group, contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Finally, programming notes. Today, on my community tab, I have 2 posts up. One for members, franchise and up. You have your own members Ask Me Anything tomorrow. And then for everyone else, you also get your Sunday Ask Me Anything tomorrow. So find the post looking for questions on my community tab. And members, don't forget franchise and up. We have our Zoom call tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m., Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. I will send out the link tomorrow morning. And finally, everyone's invited to my live stream tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Okay, there we go. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Become a member of this channel if you like to. Leave a comment down below if you like to. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. And tell me one other thing. Only good thing about an early Canucks game when they lose is that we have the rest of the day to kind of worry about other things. Maybe NFL football's in the cards. Okay, friends, stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Another game, Vancouver and the Washington Capitals. 11 a.m. start tomorrow, and then we go from there. Okay, friends, stay safe, stay healthy. I said all that. God bless, and go Canucks go.